Welcome to the 22nd episode of ML Backstage. My name is Mars Luna,
And I'm Ethan.
and we're introducing this podcast straight from the sixth dimension. This is a music commentary podcast hosted by Joshua Luna. And we have the return of Orion's belt.
For that speech was on.
Holokahiki Toves and Kainalu Kamai are back. Hallelujah, Ethan.
Wow, I'm astonished.
Wow. Okay, so today they're gonna talk about how 2022 was for them, my latest single Memories, and what they are hoping for in 2023. Earthlings, grab your popcorn and let's get started. Back to planet Earth we go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 22 of ML Backstage. Hope you all are having a great 2023 so far, and I hope the holidays were great for each and every one of you. My name is Joshua Luna, and I am here today with my co-host, Holokahiki Toves. Welcome back after several months of hiatus. And Kainalu Kamai, welcome back. This is a momentous occasion, and this is actually pretty rare nowadays because a lot has happened since the three of us have been on this panel together. So and as Kainalu leaves. But anyway, how have you guys been? I know we're gonna get into a grander picture of what last year was like for us, but in general, how has life been for you guys right now? Let's go with actually I'll go first. 2023 has been great. It's been great so far. We're still very fresh into 2023, only 2 weeks in so far, but I can't really complain. You know, life's been going the way I kind of expected to at this point. But we still got a long ways to go, and I'm just gonna be present with each day till it comes. Just working at the church that I go to, and that's kind of taken over some good amount of my life. But I can't complain. You know, it's just the way God intended it to be. And I'm just learning to be grateful for each day. So yeah. Holokahiki Toves, welcome back.
Oh, what's up, my guys?
It's been several months. It's been several months, and I've kind of alluded to stuff without revealing anything while you've been gone. But how's everything been?
Okay, yeah.
Just in a general point of view.
So I gotta say it's been very well. I'm slowly transitioning in getting everything together. My car is here now. I got a new job.
Yep.
And I'm starting to feel like everything is, getting back in line with how my life was in Hawaii. And from all this time that I was taking a hiatus, like Luna said, I actually moved to Georgia. So I'm not in Hawaii anymore. I moved to Georgia. I moved to Georgia in the countryside to pursue a career with Delta Airlines, which has been amazing. Like I should have done it 5 years ago, but right now I am currently in training. I think once this podcast comes out, I'm actually on the job already, but I'm currently in training and just learning the role that I'll be doing, and the role that I should just like be transparent with you guys. The role that I'm actually currently in is ramp agent. So it's the boys, the strong women who work on the belly of the aircraft, trying to put all the baggage in the planes, pushing back the aircraft, everything that has to do with outside of the aircraft is basically what we do. So I'll say the main test is the elements. Like I'm trying to get used to the elements. I'm getting used to the code, but other than that, it's great to be here with the boys. I finally got to a point where I'm settled, I'm fresh. I can jump on here and let you guys know what is happening. So I'm pretty excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah, bro. Glad to have you back. How far are you from Atlanta, by the way?
Oh, I am about an hour away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're operating out from the Atlanta airport, right?
Yeah. I'm operating from the Atlanta airport.
Mm-hmm.
Headquarters, baby.
Headquarters. Let's go. Very, very happy that you're here, and very happy that everything is settling for you, and you know what I'm saying. Just it's just happy that everything's kind of lining up back for you. So
Yes.
and Kainalu, how about you, bro?
All right. Well, folks, it is 2023, and I have been busy as F word. Only because I started working full time at Ace Hardware, literally down the road from me, which is actually not too bad. Funny thing is, my cousin does work at the Ace, but the Hollow Evil one. But when I went to go there for my interview before I got hired, my manager actually worked with my dad from Walmart days. So that was pretty crazy because he saw my name and like, oh, you related to Sean Kamai? That's my dad. Oh yeah, that's my dad. Like, oh, do you remember me? Me and your dad used to work at Walmart when you were small. I'm like, oh,
What the
wow.
heck?
I was like, oh wow. I was like that. I remember that.
Wow.
And pretty much working over there is not bad. I'm a sales associate, and I kind of understand everything there is about like tools, plumbing, hardware, and everything else they sell there. But it's not too bad. It's fast paced. I'm always used to being fast paced, anyways. So good job for now. But can't beat it because I don't have to drive far.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
far is how far is it from where you live right now?
Like 5 minutes away.
And you still waste gas money because you go to the beach regardless. So
Well, my days off, I work like full time, so yeah, and then my schedules are never really set most of the time, so it just depends.
Oh, that
But,
for
yeah,
sure.
full-time job. I gotta have money right now.
Are you gonna go back to the Ghost Bus again when it opens up?
If they do, I haven't heard anything about it yet, but if they do run it, I probably might do it on my days off. Otherwise, it's kind of hard if I have like 1 or 2 days off, and I don't really want to do anything.
Right. You know what? You don't want to push yourself way too much and
Yeah,
unnecessarily.
I might still help them out though. That's the only thing.
That schedule looking wild, bro, and the gas money.
Oh yeah.
Gas money's looking intense too. So
It's only 20 cents cheaper on base for gas, so it's not really that much of a big deal.
okay. That's a pretty good deal. 20 cents mean everything nowadays.
Yeah, leave the extra 20 cents.
Yes. So before we get into the Mars Luna song that released at the very end of last year called Memories, I want to take one last look at 2022 and how that was for each of us. And over here we move forward, right? We're not trying to be nostalgic about the past, but just for one night, we'll take a deeper look into how 2022 was for each of us. So I guess I'll ask you guys what 2022 was like for each of you, but I'll go first. So 2022 for me was kind of split into two halves. I would say the first half of the year was filled with a lot of transition. I was from January to June of last year. I was in the process of trying to move back home to Hawaii. Mind you, I never really wanted to move back, but I just felt like my time here in Vegas was done. I thought it, I prayed about it. I've thought about it. Like, I normally process things through before I actually make a decision. And I thought that, my time here in Vegas was finished, and I didn't know what my future was going to be like. I was very unsatisfied with the direction my life was going, and I felt like things kind of plateaued here a little bit. But what I didn't know, and I was getting ready and everything, and the only thing that I really needed to do was just move the car over and ship that, and figuring that part was kind of a hassle. But anyway, what I didn't realize was that I needed to heal from things that was kind of holding me back for a very, very long time, and things that I kind of been holding on to for years and years. And some things happen from Mother's Day to Father's Day that really altered my perspective on a lot of things that were happening. And those 2 days, Mother's Day and Father's Day, have a huge significance in how this perspective shift came to happen anyway. So that's just as much as I'm going to say about that. But yeah, from Mother's Day to Father's Day, I was going through a period of like huge amounts of devastation, and I was in a pretty dark place at that point. And Kainalu's gone. I don't know where he went, but just thinking about those times, it made me want to change my perspective on a lot of things and get healing from things that were destroying me. And I got closure from a lot of those things that were happening. And after Father's Day happened, like, the vibes started to shift big time, and like the vibes started to become more immaculate, and things started to become clearer. And like, I started working on music again. Music started becoming more fun, and I was getting more involved with the church, to the point where I got a new position over there towards the end of the year, and I started making new friends and started to build new relationships that that was like, okay, like something is happening here, and things started to feel better, and things started to get better. And then, like, I visited home in September, and I hung out with these guys, with Holo and Kainalu. And then on the first day, first day I got there, I realized Hawaii's too small for me. And then like, I remember telling these guys, and it was just like, I didn't realize that like things were actually happening in their lives as well. And then that kind of reaffirmed like certain things about me staying in Vegas. So it was just, I'm here now, and enjoying life. Life feels a lot better, and 2023 is off to a great start. So, a tale of 2 years for me. In 1 year.
Crazy.
Let's see. Nalu, how was your 2022?
Oh, okay. Well, 2022 has been a learning and growing experience in many aspects. Personal, outside life, the usual. But I don't think it was too bad. It wasn't too crazy. It wasn't what I wish it was, but definitely a step up from, I guess, the last year. So I think for 2022, the most I would say I wish I could have done was focus on a lot of important things that I could have been taken care of. But things happen in between, so you just gotta either go with it, I guess, like in the past, or try again next year. Try again next.
Your mentality is just like, oh, it didn't work out. Oh well, there's always next year.
Yeah. I mean, if you know me, it's
The Nalu way.
yeah, approach things in a unconventional manner.
You're definitely one of the most unconventional people that I know. So
But other than that, 2022 wasn't really anything bad or crazy for me. So at least it wasn't. It was good for enough, but
good
I
enough.
could have done that a year.
It was a
That's all I
good
got.
enough year.
Yeah.
The Nalu way, just be good enough. The ultimate
Yep.
survival mindset. Holo, I know you just talked about like what in a encapsulation what's been happening for you over the last several months, but how was 2022 like overall for you?
I would say overall, it was more like a character creation slash character development, going into actually playing the story mode. So building your character, and at the end of the year was you actually playing the story mode on it. So sure, I gotta say, like 2022 was pretty rough year, not gonna lie. Pretty rough year. It was a year where I had all these obstacles testing my mental, physical fortitude, and putting me in check where I should be in my life. And I feel like everything that happened in 2022 has led me to where I am in 2023. And I just gotta say, like, as awful the results were last year, it wouldn't have happened the way that it should be, if that makes sense, to be here in this position telling you guys the like a brief story. And without that results last year, I wouldn't have met the people that I meet this year, if that makes sense. Like everything that happened, all the people I met kind of led me to where I should be going. Like I didn't know at the point, but it was like lingering behind my mind, and just thinking about it is it just I feel good. I feel good about this year. 2022 was a great year for a lot of tests, great year for pressure, stresses, but sometimes you need all of that to push you in the right direction. And I feel like I'm in that path that I should be in. And I'm just grateful for 2022.
Yeah, for sure. No, it makes perfect sense. Like I feel like like I mean I have a similar perspective on that too. So like you said about the people, like all the tests and stuff were meant to happen the way they were supposed to happen, right? So and that it's just more so it puts everything in perspective anyway. And it and everything that happened 2022 led up to 2023 and so forth and so forth. And we'll I'm excited to see what 2023 is going to look like for each of us. Let's talk about the latest Mars Luna single called Memories. It was produced by Scotty Too Hottie. Shout out to Scott.
Shout out to Scott.
And I feel like Mars Luna and myself, we've been working with Scott a lot this past year, and that was one of the highlights of 2022. And it was a great year for Mars Luna specifically, with just it was kind of like a rehab year for him, just trying to, you know, put out some fun stuff just to kind of have fun and you know, regain a love for music again. And just you know, Memories was kind of like, you know, it was like a song about fresh heartbreak, you know what I'm saying, if that makes any sense. And just kind of like you want, there's a line that says all I want is how the way things used to be. But really all that means is like, you don't really want to go back to the way things used to be. You just don't want to be in a place of pain anymore. That's basically what that kind of means. And you know, whether that, and I guess it comes from the perspective of like whether that means to go back to, you know, rekindle the relationship again, or like finding you know, just or finding a way to, you know, find someone new, or finding a way to be single, you know. That's just like all that I want is to is for that pain to go away, for the wounds to heal, for, you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of what Memories was about. And you know, just like, it's also symbolic in the sense of like the next era of Mars Luna music is, you know, a lot of happier sounding stuff. And both Holo and Nalu have heard some samples from it, and very excited to kind of roll those things out when it's, you know, actually time to work on them again. But you know, it's a way, it was also kind of a way of, you know, putting 2022 behind, putting, you know, all the, you know, the heartbreak stuff over with to the side, and just, you know, anticipating that, you know, and working towards making things better, you know. So just a little rehashing for those who are tuning in for the first time. ML Backstage is essentially a podcast that I started about in the middle of 2021, actually. So it's almost been 2 years since we've done this. That's pretty wild to think about. But it's a podcast that I started to create out of frustration. You know, I was trying to figure out different ways to be creative besides making music for my project or alter ego, or whatever you want to call it, called Mars Luna. Basically kind of recapping, it's a podcast that kind of recaps the themes of each project or song that I've done in the past, and kind of leading up to now. It's kind of serves as a time capsule. So when I look back at how, you know, everything has turned out creatively for myself and for Mars Luna, you know, I can look back at it pretty fondly. And, you know, Holo and Kainalu here have been a part of this creative process since the beginning, excuse me. And, you know, and they get to see it through from beginning to end. And you know, that's why they're here. And normally, like, we used to do this, we used to be together, meet together on Zoom quite often before, but now, you know, that we're all in different time zones, it's a little different. But you know, fortunately enough, they're here. And yeah, anyway, so during the end of every podcast episode, I usually come up with a question or two that has that pertains to the actual theme of the song or project that we're working on. And I have two questions, since this song is about memories. So the questions are either like a general question, or like a philosophical question, or a fun question. And I guess these two questions that I have are a little bit on the general and philosophical side. So I guess the questions that I have are, one, does time truly heal all wounds? And two is, what do you want to leave behind as you enter into 2023? So I'll go first. So I think, I dealt with a lot of grieving last year. So I think time makes it easier to navigate certain wounds that you may have, and it gets easier to deal with over time, but they don't necessarily heal unless you actually actively deal with them, right? So if you try to like numb the pain, or you try to thug it out, everything is going to leak out eventually, right? So I would say that, yeah, time makes it easier to navigate certain traumas, or navigate certain wounds that you may be healing from. But unless you actively heal from them, the wounds will never go away. And the things that I want to leave behind as I enter into 2023. One of the things that I want to leave behind, I guess, my plans. It sounds really dumb, but one of the things that I encountered last year was that I had certain plans, and I was very adamant about accomplishing those plans my way, but they didn't work out the way I wanted to, and I had to learn to be okay with that. Like, certain things are meant to happen the way that they're intended to. And I would say just surrendering myself more, and to God, and to, life in general, you know what I'm saying? And just, of course, of course you can have your plans. Of course you can, it's okay to have them. But like, for me personally, I would say that, sometimes, like, if you surrender your plan, you surrender your heart, you surrender your desires, you surrender your, your thoughts and things to God, or quote unquote the universe, or whatever you subscribe to, right? Things will work out the way that they are supposed to, and for me, I believe in God. So it's like, once I, surrender it all to God, he'll, he does things for his glory and for our good. So he knows what's best for me. He knows what's best for us. So I would say that, everything will work out the way it's supposed to, regardless of whether we like it or not. And it usually ends up better than the way we intend it to anyway. So the one thing I want to give up this year is just my life, and just going into an aspect of surrender this year. Nalu and Holo, do you guys believe that time truly heals all wounds? And what do you want to leave behind in the past as y'all enter into 2023? I mean, technically we're already here in 2023, but it just started. So Nalu, you go first.
All right, folks. Well, it's gonna be an interesting answer, because you probably already know what my answer is gonna be. So
I don't actually.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be real, folks. All right.
For those listening in the audio on Spotify and Apple, Nalu just took a sip of soju.
Yeah, buddy. I got Blackpink's Jenny on here for some reason. But anyways, back to the question. So Oh shoot! What was the question again? Sorry. That's exciting.
The question was, does time heal all wounds, and what do you want to leave behind as you enter into 2023?
All right, folks. Does time heal all wounds? It depends, because everybody is built different. Some people can tolerate a lot of pain, some people can't. As for me personally, I believe it does, but it does take time. Not everything is going to happen just like a Thanos snap. I wish it did, because then you don't have to worry about anything. But it depends on what you're going through in your life. It could be something small as a breakup. It could be financial problems. It could be a loved one passing. It could be a lot of things. But eventually, whatever it is that you're facing, you'll eventually recover from that incident or whatever it is. You'll recover from it. It may take time. It probably may suck. It may make things worse for you. Who knows? But eventually it'll get there. But it depends on how you perceive it and how positive you have, how positive a mindset you have to help speed the process up. That's how I feel for things that I deal with. And as for what do I want to leave behind in 2022?
As you enter into this year.
Yes. There's a lot of things I need to leave behind. And most of the times I do leave stuff behind and I forget about it. And I don't need to go back because it's already done. But there's, what can I think of? Yeah, it's a CVS list. So I don't know, there's too much things. Oh man, see. Yeah, see, that's a really hard question because I have a lot of things, a lot of baggage I gotta throw away that I don't need anymore. And
What's the first one that comes to your mind?
huh?
What's the first one that comes to your mind?
Oh man, that's probably being a little bit of a procrastinator because I still do it, even though I can rush and get things done last minute. I don't think that's the right thing to do because it's gonna bite me back in the ass eventually, and I already know it's gonna do it 2023, but I'm prepared for it. So that's probably one thing I would like to get rid of, hopefully. Otherwise, everything else I can think of, I can't think of it right now. But I know what I need to take care of. It'll just happen or not. But that is my answer. Off one shot of something.
A lot of it has to do with like discipline and scheduling and habits and stuff like that, and just implementing. Sometimes it's like taking the first step is the hardest step, right? So,
Initiative. Yep.
What about you, bro?
For like time?
Yeah, whether time, you feel like time heals all wounds. And
time heals all wounds. A part of me says yes, but at the same time, no. Yes, because time doesn't stop for no one. And when you are affected with an experience, having that time to yourself or spending that time with someone else, your loved ones, and talking it out and actually not going in different parts of how would I say it, like you focus all your energy in your wounds. You don't want to have something external that you want to put your attention on to get distracted and not focus on the healing process. And I feel like time does have a magic way of getting your thoughts together, getting a more broader perspective on what just happened and how to move forward and why it happened that way. So I feel like that section, time is able to heal all wounds. But there is another part of it where time can hinder you healing your wounds if you don't allow time to do that for you. If you avoid it, or you get distracted, or you're just putting all your energy and your attention on something else to stop you from thinking about it, I feel like you just have to use your time wisely, because with time, it doesn't stop for no one, and time just keeps going. It's gonna go if you're ready or not. But yeah, I'll say most of my reasoning is that time does heal all wounds. And what I will leave in 2023, I would say I'll leave my expectations that I would like set for myself, because I'm not gonna lie, I have very high expectations for myself, and I think that comes with being the older sibling in my family, and also the oldest amongst all of my cousins. And the way that I grew up, I was always been put on not put on like I was always expected to do my best each time. And I feel when I was not pressured, but kind of like humble force to do what I needed to do at a high input rate, it actually trickled down to how I present myself, what I want to see in an ideal partner. I do have high expectations for that, and as well as the friends that I make. And I feel like going in 2023, I want to bring down that, not necessarily bring down the expectations, but forget that I need a list for anything. Like, I don't want to put any label on anything. When I meet someone, it's just a clean slate. And if I have an experience, you're going in not having expectations, just enjoying the moment that you are going through, and not care of what the outcome is, if it's tough on you, if it's easy, or if it's different, or you're uncomfortable. Just go through the motions, don't expect anything, and at the end, just learn from it. What was fun about it? What did you learn? What could you improve? It's just a whole development process. And I feel like 2023 or any new year, you always become a better self. And yeah, to sum it up, I just want to leave all the expectations, but still yet have those priority expectations where it kind of resonates with yourself as your being.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of insight there. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't drink soju, man, but I came hard.
Firstborn problems, firstborn problems. Now I feel because like the expectations, it can crush you sometimes, because I also because I usually set expectations of myself, like when it comes to like something that I'm good at, right? Like if I know that I'm good at something, or like if I'm great at something, then I expect to be great at it all the time. Yes. But we're all human. We all have moments where we lay eggs. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that happened quite a lot during the holiday season, and I beat myself up for it. So I'm glad that you kind of brought that up, because that's another thing for myself that I want to leave behind, as well as the procrastination aspect from your end as well, Kainalu. So
relate to that.
Yeah, good stuff. Appreciate y'all's answers. So we've reached the end of this episode. Thank you so much to everyone who was listening, who listened and watched this episode. Just a reminder, we do these episodes every single month, or at least I do these episodes every single month, and just want to appreciate y'all for tuning in. There's gonna be a lot of music coming this year, and it's also been a very good, rehab and introspective year for Mars Luna as well. So stay tuned for what's to come this year, and I hope you guys will like it. I think you guys will like it, but hope you guys enjoyed these episodes as well. So we close these episodes by sharing our social media, music websites and stuff like that. So you can follow me on Instagram at Luna B Joshua. You can follow Mars Luna, the music stuff on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook and TikTok at It's Mars Luna. And you can follow Mars Luna on Spotify and Apple Music, and on the website at itsmarsluna.com, where I basically type out newsletters for every month that kind of recaps things that I've done, things that Mars Luna's done, and things that things to look forward to. So be on the lookout for that. And 2023 is gonna be it's gonna be a pretty fun year. I can feel it. So Nalu.
Oh yeah. Well, folks, I don't know if you can see this, but
Oh, no iPad today.
No iPad today.
Oh no, and no, we can't see it, but
they're right over here. Yeah, on Instagram. You probably already follow me. So.
Nalu you can follow Kainalu on Instagram at Nalumon Photography, NALUMON Photography, and if you like,
and Discord and any other places.
Yeah, if you like any Korean, what I'm saying, like Korean drawings or whatever. I have no clue. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
If you need any questions about K-pop, hey, come to me. I'll help you out.
Yeah, you can follow Kainalu as well on Twitter and Discord and TikTok at Hawaiian _ OPPA. You can find all K-pop's related stuff on there, because this man is different.
Built different.
Holo, about you, bro?
So you guys can follow me on YouTube. It's good to say that.
Oh, there we go.
You can follow me on YouTube, Holokahiki Toves. If you guys want to follow on my journey here in the South, you guys can check out the check up on that. Should be fun. I got a new lens. It's more wide. I can show more of my environment, and I want to introduce, my family as well as the adventures that I go on to, and just have so much fun and try to figure out what's going to be happening this year. So I am genuinely excited for what's going to be happening for everybody, for Luna and Nalu. We're always on the same wavelength, coincidentally. And also a shout out to Scott Yago too. He's also on that wavelength as well. So it's exciting to start this year with the podcast with the boys, and also Scott Yago. He's working behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure. He was working on music today.
Yeah.
So
he's getting ready. He's packing right now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really glad that you brought up the YouTube thing, because you put out a recap video, and recap video about your 2022 in more depth. You can check out his YouTube stuff. It's pretty hilarious content on there, honestly. And some creative stuff on there. And I'm so glad that you didn't mention Instagram or Twitter, because I've been waiting for a while to explain this. So if you watched the earlier, if any of you watched or listened to the earlier ML Backstage episodes, you notice that this man didn't have social media for a while, and then he had it for like a good year and a half, and then he went off of it again. So I was gonna say this. So during our high school reunion in September, right?
Yeah,
Like,
go ahead.
So this man. So I had a thing. I had a prediction, right? I had a prediction that like usually if Holo has like something negative or not a negative interaction with a woman or whatever, whether it's hilarious or not, he's gonna delete social media for like a good 2 years. I feel like that's a cardinal rule at this point. And I had the prediction that during our high school reunion, when I went back home to Hawaii in September, that there was gonna be somebody who was gonna mac on him. I had a prediction, and I was 100% right, but it was a different woman, and
it was the wrong one.
It was the wrong one, but she's cool people's overall. But I mean, like that's neither here nor there. But
she clingy though.
But besides that, like I knew that once that interaction happened, like I was like, this man's gonna delete his social media. I just know it. And he did, and I was right. And I knew that a woman was gonna hit him up because this man is super ripped for no reason, right?
Oh my gosh.
So, and then I knew that we're at the beach, right? So it was the reunion was at the beach, so I knew that once this man he showed up with a tank top, and I knew that once he took the tank top off, it was over with, and I knew that was gonna happen. So, and then it led to him deleting social media, and that was kind of it. And now he's on YouTube. So,
yeah, I'm doing bigger things now. So whoever
Instagram's all
back 2 years.
Yeah, Instagram's all whacked out anyway. So it's all good. But thank you guys so much for watching and are listening, and stay tuned for the next episode and for the upcoming music that Mars Luna is about to drop this year, because it's going to be nothing but bangers. So y'all stay tuned, and hope you guys enjoy the episode and the music, and see you guys on the next episode. Shoot.
Bye.
What a great start to the year, Ethan.
Yes, sir, Ski. Joshua finally brought the band back together.
Well, it was me, but I digress. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of the ML Backstage podcast, and hope you all are enjoying memories. If you liked what you heard, follow us on Spotify and Anchor, and subscribe to us on Apple and YouTube at ML Backstage. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at It's Mars Luna. You can find all my music on Spotify and Apple Music, and on my website at itsmarsluna.com. Thank you all for listening and hanging out with us. Hope you're all enjoying this episode, and thank you for the love on memories. Stay tuned for the next episode.